Hello Flosstube, it's me Amber and I'm back for Flosstube number 4, I believe. And I'm excited to be here with you today. I think this time it really actually is going to be a short video. So my friend Tiff at Express Life Tifa and I were joking around on my last video because I said that I wanted to make it really short and I wanted to keep it under 20 minutes, but I would probably epically fail, and I did epically fail because I believe my video was about 40 minutes long. So yeah, that's fun. So I'm gonna try to make this one quick, and actually it probably will because I don't have a ton to show you today. I do have a finish and I have some works in progress and I have some exciting teasers and I've got some haul, but that's about it this week. So I have been so busy with work, and we are Airbnb hosts here in San Antonio, and so we've had a lot of guests lately, and Fiesta was happening and all that stuff, so I haven't gotten a chance to watch a lot of my favorite Flosstubers and keep up with everything. So I'm woefully behind. If you have commented on a video of mine and I said I was going to check you out, either have or you're on my list. I just didn't have time to write down any of my shout outs this week before I made this video. I got home thinking I had the house to myself and realized that my guests are here for one more night, and so they could come back at any time, and I do not want them to catch me making a Flosstube video. So I'm not going to go back through and shout out all my people, but you know, I love you all, and Express Life Tifa, Misty Purcell, those are my two biggest Flosstube friends at the moment, and you should definitely check them out. And then there were some newer people that I was watching, and I promise next video I will write them all down and tell you all about them. But yeah, let's get right to it. So I want to show you my finish. So you all know that I said that I was going to be I wasn't really going to be participating in Stitch Mania. It's my first May as a stitcher, and so I was a little nervous to start that many projects. And so the Texas Stitchers came up with Misfit Mania, which was all about you know, just doing your own thing. And I know that the Addicted Sisters had said too that you could do Monogamous May and all that, so they gave me some good ideas, and I decided that I was going to do Monogamous May and work on this wedding piece that I've been making for my sister that you saw in my last video, and that's been all over my Instagram. Side note, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm at Instagram at Amber Michelle Hand Stitched, so you can follow me there and keep up with my work. But I said I was going to be monogamous on this all through May, and you know, what better thing to have than a monogamous project that's a wedding project. But I finished it super fast, so that's what happens when you stick to just one project. So here it is. It's by Country Cottage Needleworks, To Have and to Hold, and it says to have and to hold for as long as we both shall live, and then I put in their wedding date, May 26, 2018, which is coming up in just a couple weeks. And I love this. I actually, when I finished it, I put the wrong date. So the pattern originally has a 6 for June, and so I put in the 6, and then I was like, oops, 6 is not May. So I had to tear it out and redo the date, but that was fine because it was kind of off anyway, so I fixed it. And yeah, I really like it. It's super cute. And what I'm gonna do with this is, I'm not sure quite yet. I may try to get a frame for it. It's kind of a weird size, but I did see some frames on Amazon that look like they would fit. Or I may have my brother-in-law try to make something, but it might not be enough notice for him. So he actually just finished framing my Happy Nest, and I'm going to show that to you all next time, because actually what I'm doing is painting it. So he built the frame. He's getting into woodworking, and it actually turned out really nice. He's got all the fancy routers and all that stuff. So he framed it for me, and it's perfect. I am taking it and painting it, and I'm doing something kind of different with it. I painted it white already, and then I'm going to be doing like some cool patterns and things just to kind of bring out the colors of the piece, and just something kind of funky and fun, because it's a funky, fun kind of piece. And I didn't want to do just boring wood stain or boring white or whatever. I wanted to do something fun. for that one. So my future ones, I probably will just stain them or paint them a solid color or something like that to really bring out the piece. But on this one, I wanted to have a little bit of fun. So I'm working on that right now. And I will hopefully show that to you in my next video if I get it done. So, but yeah, I finished to have it to hold. So I'm going to frame this. If I don't frame it, then I'm going to put it up against some foam core board and then get like a larger board that I'm going to wrap with some fabric and maybe give it to them that way. It's hard to know how much they'll really like it and want it. So, you know, I'm not sure if I should go through the trouble of framing it, but then I think maybe they'll like it more and treasure it more if I do frame it. So I'm just not sure what I'm going to do here. But yeah, so that's my finish for this last week, and I am certainly glad I am done with it. I did have a lot of fun stitching that. It was really cute. I finished the bride and groom motif first, and then I did the little church, and then the bottom lettering, and it went really quick as far as things go. I mean, I worked on it solidly for a couple of weeks, probably an hour or two every day if you averaged it out. So, you know, overall, not too bad as far as stitching goes. So I've got a couple WIPs, and like I said before, I swear that I don't just buy everything that Country Cottage Needleworks makes, but I do love Country Cottage Needleworks. I've decided that they are my jam. So I've been working on Silent Night, and that's what I started as soon as I finished For As Long As We Both Shall Live. And this is what I've got so far. Can't see my face. So I've got a little bit of the church. I got the top border. This is stitching really fast. So fast, in fact, that I thought, well, you know what? If this is going to stitch that fast, then I can just start something else as well, and so I can switch back and forth. So what I really love about this is that the colors on their own, I think I showed you in the last video, they look so boring, but when you put them up against this pearl gray fabric, they look fantastic, and I love the way that they're turning out. Like, look at the color variation there on the greens. I think that's Chives by Gentle Arts or Weeks Dye Works, one of those. The other work in progress that I have is one that I was really excited. I ordered specially from my LNS, and they didn't have it, but I waited for it to come in from them so that I could get it kitted up exactly the way that it is done here. So it's An Afternoon in Paris by Country Cottage Needleworks, and I just love it. Look how cute. It's super cute. I've been to Paris. I went when I was in college. I studied abroad in Spain, in Seville, and while I was there, since it was so perfectly, wonderfully cheap to travel around, I got to go to, I went to France, I went to Paris, Portugal, Greece, Italy, and I think that's it. But I traveled all around, and it was really fun. And what I regretted most was that I didn't travel more. So I wish I had saved more money and gone over there. I'm still paying that trip off because I used student loans to get there. This was in the middle of the recession, and the school that the university I went to, when I joined the Spanish program, they used to pay or subsidize the cost of the study abroad because it's required for the degree. But the year that I was going to go, they stopped subsidizing it because the school was cutting back because it was, you know, the recession and things were really rough for everybody. And so I had to take out a loan for like $15,000 to go on that trip. So I'm still paying for it, but it was worth every penny. I'd pay for it again. And yeah, my only regret was that I didn't do more while I was there. You know, I was over there for 3 or 4 months, and by the time it was getting close to over, I was kind of done, and I was ready to go home. I was kind of homesick. I missed my husband, and well, he wasn't my husband at that point, but he was my fiance, and I missed him. And anyway, I wish I had enjoyed it more. So yeah, that's why I went back, and last year my husband and I went to Germany and traveled around there, Germany, Austria, and a little bit more of France. And then this year we're going to France, England, and Scotland. So we're doing an Edinburgh, London, Paris trip, big cities, but we're excited. So this is my progress on that. I really haven't gotten much done, but I just started that yesterday. I just haven't felt like stitching too much the last couple of days. I've been real tired because everything's coming up. Kimmy's my sister. Everything's coming up Kimmy this month because she's getting married, she's graduating from college, lots of things happening at once. I'm throwing her a bachelorette party, so I've just been busy there and busy with work, and at the end of the day, I've just been coming home and I don't want to do anything. I just want to veg. So I've been vegging. But yeah, so my haul this week, I'm super excited. Tiffany, you'll be happy to know. So both of these have to do with Tiffany from Express Life Tifa. So this came in. This is from Lila's Studio, and it's to grow a garden. And her and I are actually going to be doing a stitch along on this. And we're thinking of a early June start. Tiffany says if she can hold herself back from starting it until then. My thought on that was I wanted to wait until everybody got done with Stitch Mania to start a stitch along. But, you know, really, it doesn't matter. I'm not doing anything. You know, I've just got my 2 CCN patterns, so I could get this one going too. But anyway, I'm excited about that. It's super cute. And if y'all want to join us, we're going to come up with a hashtag. If you're a Flosstuber and you want to join us, let me know. You can send me a message on Instagram, Amber Michelle Hand Stitched. And I'm thinking, you know, in our subsequent videos over the next month, we can kind of mention it to everybody who watches all of us, and then we'll get more interest in it, and it'll be really fun to have a lot of people doing it. Because what's a stitch along if there's nobody else stitching along? And so that came in, so I'm excited about that. And then I'm really excited. Finally today, the post office lost it for a little bit, but they finally got it to me. Heartstring Samplery Prairie Life Sampler. I'm psyched. So I have a lot of plans for this. Tiffany is also doing this one, and she's almost done. But I've been wanting to do it for a while. I love what it says. The real things haven't changed. It's still best to be honest and truthful, to be happy with simple pleasures, and have courage when things go wrong. And I love that because I'm a realist. But anyway, she's almost done, and I'm just about to get started, but we're kind of stitching this one together, and I'm really excited. I love it, and I have a lot of plans for it. I'm going to change all the colors. I'm going to make it a little bit more poppy, you know, because it's a little bit antique-y for my taste. I still think it's really pretty. It just doesn't really go with my thing here. But yeah, I'm going to get this thing kitted the heck up. Hopefully tomorrow I'll go stop by the cross stitch store and get it kitted, and then I'll get going. And I am psyched. Psyched. All right, so that's my haul for the week, and that is all. Because guys, I'm poor. Like, for real, I'm in business for myself. I can't be buying a bunch of cross stitch stuff. I wish I could, but like, gotta conserve my money. Gotta pay off my business expenses on that old Amex first, and then I can get to cross stitching. So I have plenty to do without buying any more patterns, but you know, never speak too soon, because all the time I'm always looking at patterns that I want to buy. And thank you to those of you who commented on my last video about that wisdom sampler. You know, that website that y'all referred me to, I had seen that one as well, and I tried calling, I tried emailing and contacting those people. I don't think they're in business anymore, so unfortunately, still no luck on the Wisdom Sampler by Vermilion, but I really would love that one. So if anybody knows about it and you watch this video, hopefully you'll get in touch with me. And yeah, so let's see, what should my nutrition tip be for today? Well, today I did make a video on my business page because I get a lot of questions about different things being in the nutrition business. I've started going and helping out at this ketogenic diet support group. So a lot of you probably know about the ketogenic diet because it's kind of popular right now. But I'll just tell you a little bit about what it is. So the ketogenic diet is a diet where you starve your body of glucose, which is made from carbohydrates, and it's a fuel source. And then your body switches on to burning its own fat and making that into a fuel source, and that fuel source is called ketones. So the benefits of it are that it's really appetite suppressing, so it's really easy, it's easy to stick to once you get into it. Sorry, those are my doggies. But you have to get into it, and getting into it can be a little bit rough, but it's not terrible. I mean, if you've ever been on a diet before, you could do it. So but one of the misconceptions that's out there about it is that you don't have to count calories while you do it. And while you don't have to physically, you don't have to sit down every day and count your calories out, it's a good idea to have a baseline of what you need, because as I was explaining to them, there's all these diets out there that, try to kind of bamboozle you into losing weight. Like, okay, the paleo diet is a diet that I often base my meal plans off, just because I think it's the most well-balanced. But, in that one, if you follow it to the letter, like the original paleo people say, you can't have all these different food groups. And they act like because you're eliminating those food groups, it's why, you're losing the weight, because you're eating the way your body was designed to. But the truth is that when you eliminate any food group, you're probably going to eat a lot less. And like with any of these diets, the real key, they all have the same fundamental components. They have high quality protein sources, they have high quality fat sources, and they have a lot of vegetable matter. And if you have that in your diet, it fills you up and keeps you full. It keeps you satiated because it has a lot of fiber and it has a lot of protein. And when that's the case and you're eating that way, then it's almost impossible to eat too much. It can be done though. And so that's what I see a lot of times with people who come into my office and they want to tell me that they're keto, but they're not losing weight and they can't figure out why. Well, you look at what they're eating and they're making a lot of these like ketogenic desserts and ketogenic fat bomb recipes and things like that. These kinds of supplementary items that are supposed to be okay. They fit with the macronutrients of what's allowed on the keto diet, but it's just too much food for them, and so they're not losing weight. So I have to redesign programs for people a lot who kind of get themselves into a mess. So, but I'm happy to do it and explain how it works and all that. If any of y'all need help with nutrition, I do distance consultations. So you can always contact me through Instagram or something and we could get you set up for that. But yeah, that's my little nutrition tip for the day. You do have to count calories and make sure you know about what you need. There's an equation that nutritionists use called the Harris-Benedict equation, and that's a good way of figuring out kind of where you should be. So anyways, that is about all I have today. Look at that, 17 minutes. See, what did I say, Tiffany? I could get it lower. So here I am. Pow, 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 pow. Got it going. Y'all can watch other Flosstubers now. Thank you for paying attention to me for the 17 and a half minutes that you have. And I wish you all the best, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.